Hi, Ripley friends. We are now in Exodus chapter 24. I'm really just reading through these and adding commentary as I go along. They're not really that in-depth, but I'm trying to get them out, and we'll just pray that the Lord gives you some discernment and some insight. The Holy Spirit speaks to us as we go through this. I'm reading King James Version. You are welcome to read along with me in whatever version you like to read, or you can put this on in the background and just kind of listen, because this is so exciting here, this my setting, right? Anyway, we're in chapter 24, so let's go on with Exodus. Now he said to Moses, "Come up to the Lord, you and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel, and worship from afar. And Moses alone shall come near the Lord, but they shall not come near, nor shall the people go up with him." So Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord and all the words of the Lord and all the judgments. And all the people answered with one voice and said, "All the words which the Lord has said we will do." And Moses wrote all the words of the Lord, and he rose early in the morning and built an altar at the foot of the mountain, and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel. Then he who sent young men of the children of Israel, who offered burnt offerings and sacrificed peace offerings to the oxen of the Lord. And Moses took half the blood and put it in basins, and half the blood he sprinkled on the altar. And he took the book of the covenant and read the hearings of the people, and they said, "All that the Lord has said we will do, and be obedient." And Moses took the blood, sprinkled it on the people, and said, "This is the blood of the covenant which the Lord has made with you according to all these words." So this is interesting. I just realized this. He had the book of the covenant. Now we know that Moses wrote the first 5 books of the Bible. They call it the Pentateuch. And this is what I know anyway. So if you have any kind of insight or knowledge about this, I'd love to hear it. What was the book of the covenant? What was it written? Because Moses was the person who God gave his law to. I'm just wondering what the book of the covenant was. I never paid attention to it, but there must have been something. Okay, so we know that chronologically Job was supposed to be the oldest book of the Bible. Now I'm kind of questioning, does that mean that it was written before Moses wrote? I don't know. Does anybody know this? Okay, well, anyway, let's carry on. And if you know something, go ahead and put it in the comments, because that's interesting. Okay, we're in verse 9. And then Moses went up, also Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, and the 70 of the elders of Israel, and they saw the God of Israel, and there was under his feet, as it were, a paved work of sapphire stone, and it was like the very heavens in its clarity. And on the nobles of the children of Israel he did not lay his hand. So they saw God, and they ate and drank. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Come up to me on the mountain and be there, and I will give you tablets of stone, and the law and commandments which I have written, that you may teach them." So Moses arose with his assistant Joshua, and Moses went up to the mountain of God. And he said to the elders, "Wait here for us until we come back to you." Indeed, Aaron and Hur were with you. If any man has difficulty, let him go to them. And then Moses went up to the mountain, and a cloud covered the mountain. Now the glory of the Lord rested on Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered it 6 days. And on the 7th day he called to Moses out of the midst of the cloud. The sight of the glory of the Lord was like a consuming fire on the top of the mountain in the eyes of the children of Israel. So Moses went into the midst of the cloud and went up into the mountain, and Moses was on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights. So Moses and these other people, the 70 plus the handful of men that the Lord called, were up on the mountain, and then he called Moses into the midst of the cloud. But the Israelites down, who were not on the mountain, could still see all this. They could see the cloud consuming the fire on top of the mount. That's kind of awesome. Wish I'd have seen that. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know, because remember, they were scared when they heard the voice of the Lord, so it was pretty awesome.